Hi guys, and welcome to the 4th day of Halloweek. We're getting right down to it, aren't we now? Woo! So today we're making probably the hardest craft of the week, which isn't because it's complex, but more so because it requires some actual artistic ability, which, as I've said countless times, I do not have. So as you can probably tell by what I have in front of me, we're making another lantern today, but today's involves drawing onto the lantern. So the things you're going to need for this are a mason jar, which it's easier to buy in a color, but you could stain it yourself if you wanted to. But I got this for like $1 at the craft store. You're going to need a paint pen in black. I think would work best because you don't want any of the color to get, like any of the light to get through the color that you choose. You're also going to need some scrap paper, some scissors, some pencil, and some tape, potentially, depending on how much you trust your abilities. So the first step, which I have done off camera already, is trace the shape that you want to draw onto your mason jar onto a piece of paper. Or you could just draw it if you can trust yourself, but I don't. This is my shape, just so that you can see it. It's a nice castle. So the first step is going to be taking your thing and putting it on the inside of your mason jar. So you just curl it up and slide it in. Then you might want to take some tape and just sort of secure it into place. Now we're going to just start tracing out the outline onto the mason jar, and you can't do it exactly because the paper's not right up against the glass, but you can for the most part get it. This isn't working. I might suggest taking the thing out and then just going for it freehand, because you know, sometimes you gotta just go for things. Okay, so then once you have your shape all traced out, I want you to start coloring it in, but make sure that the lines are dry first, because when you draw your hand along it, you don't want to smudge it. Okay, so once you've filled in the entirety of your castle, I want you to go ahead and start drawing down a line as if like the castle's up on a hill, kind of. And then draw the lines so that it goes around the entire back, so that there's just sort of a ground focal point for the whole piece. And now that you've drawn the line, you need to fill that in so that there's a ground. At this point, your paint pen's probably drying a little bit, because mine is, and it's running out of ink, because it takes quite a bit to get the solid black color on the castle. So just know that the ground doesn't need to be as solid. It can be a bit lighter. It just needs to be there. All right? It's coming back for its second wind! Now that you have your ground colored in, you can add whatever else you might want to. I kind of want to add a moon onto the back, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then that's the whole craft. It's simple to explain, simple in concept. It's just, I'm not the greatest at drawing, so that took a lot of effort for me to get. So if you're more of a drawing-oriented person, this might be a good craft for you, but if you're a bit more like me, you can either go for a simpler design or maybe this craft isn't right. But you can still give it a go. I mean, I did, and I'm fairly happy with this. The final step would just be to plop a little candle in the center. So that's that. All right. So that's it for today's video. This is the third to last day of Halloweek. Oh gosh, there's only 2 more videos after this one. We're narrowing down. So I will see you again tomorrow, and I hope you have a lovely day. Goodbye!